What is up, you guys? Welcome back to the channel. Hopefully each and every one of you guys is having a great and amazing day. I want to ask you all to do me a huge favor and take 5 seconds of your time. Go ahead and smash that thumbs up button. And while you're at it, if you haven't subscribed to the channel already, please consider doing so. It would help the channel tremendously moving forward. Now let's get right into the video. Somehow, I don't know what I did. I don't know if it was my camera, but I lost a bunch of footage at the starting of this video. So this video has already happened. I don't know. Anyhow, this video is going to start off in a weird spot. We started off doing oil pump gears, started tearing down the car, and I lost all that footage. And I got to the point where I was leaving and I left the camera with the mechanic doing most of the work. So the timeline's kind of funny, but it is what it is. I still saved some footage, so here it is. With that being said, Simon's going to continue working. I'm going to leave the camera with him, and he's going to film a few clips for you guys while I'm gone. Of course, I do have work duties. He's going to continue working on my car, and we'll be back tomorrow night to check on the progress and help some more, and hopefully maybe finish this car tomorrow night. If not, we're going to go into Saturday and finish it then.
Alright, so here we have both valve covers off. Had to take out the battery terminal so we could get some clearance because of the high side pump over here. Take that side off. All of the timing cover bolts are taken off. All we got to do is go underneath and take off the oil pan, and then we should be able to pop the timing cover right off and get this motor timed and ready for oil pump gears. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, we have the timing cover off. Oil pan is off. Everything's going good. For all of you wondering why the oil pan actually needs to come off, the pickup tube is actually attached to the oil pan. Not like the Gen 2s where I guess you have to unbolt it from here. This one just popped the oil pan off and it comes down. Now to get it timed. So if you look here, we have the motor timed properly for the left side. Crank at the 12 o'clock keyway. Straight up. And the left side is ready to be removed. And then when we get ready to do the right side, I'll go ahead and show you what we did again. Alrighty, so we got all of the left side off. Now we got our keyway at the 5 o'clock position. You know it's lined up when that's at 5, and these are off to the right, just like that. The right side, well, driver's side is ready to come off next. Then we can pull our oil pump and get our gears off. So we got the driver's side bank off, oil pump is off, draining out some of the oil right here. Once we get ready, we're going to go ahead and take off all these Torx bits, open her up, get the oil pump gears in there, and get her ready for the reinstall. Alrighty, so we got our oil pump taken apart. These are the old oil pump gears here. This is going to be the new ones right there, and there's the smaller one over there. The brand that we ended up going with is called AccuFab. We're going to just go ahead and lube these up really well with oil, get them nice and greased, and then put them in there, put the other ones in there, and spin them around, make sure they freely move. And then after that, we get this all torqued down and get it back in the car.
So here is the new oil pump gear set. We went with an AccuFab setup rather than Boundary. We heard that Boundary was having some issues, so we may as well eliminate that problem over our head and go ahead with the AccuFab one. So we're actually still using the Boundary crank sprocket. It's just the oil pump gears that they're having an issue with. And of course we went with an ARP harmonic balancer bolt as well. So this is where we're at with everything. As you see, everything is torn down. Alright guys, we're going to do a little bit of a drop test now that we have it apart. This is the part that generally breaks. Let's see. No cracks. It definitely cracked that time. And let's see the inner Isaac, man.
I just yeeted that motherfucker.
They shouldn't be breaking that much, especially when you're making like 800 wheel horsepower. You don't want that in your block. That part doesn't break. Alright guys, just an update with where we're at. Everything's timed on the engine. Oil pan's on. We're prepping the timing cover as we speak. And then I guess we'll be putting the harmonic balancer back on. And then alternator. And we'll just slowly start putting everything together from there. Alright guys, let me go ahead and give you an update. The whole driver's side is done. Valve cover's on. The whole fuel system is done. Now we're working on the passenger side. Valve cover's already on. Putting the coil packs in. Finishing up the fuel system right now. And then we're going to finish up the pulleys. We're actually going to be switching the blower pulley out to a 2.5. The grip tech pulley, of course. We got a green Gates belt. And other than that, we just got to put the pulleys back on. We got the thermostat on. The fans. What else do we have? Intake. And just all the coolant stuff. And from there, we're pretty much done. Alright guys, it's about that time. We're filling up with oil. Nothing but the best. We're going with AMS oil.
They also offer 4-week classes for over 75-degree programs. Unlock your passion. Apply for a scholarship at nu.edu.
Alright guys, a little bit of a progress update. We've got all the pulleys on. Engines timed, of course. Timing covers are on. Engines full of oil. Fuel systems pretty much all back in place. We just have to zip tie the fuel regulator back until we get a bracket custom made. We're installing the thermostat right now. Then we're going to be starting on the coolant system. And from there, the car is pretty much all done. We still got to get the fans back in. Bumper on, of course, battery back in, but everything from here is minor. One thing that I want to mention, we did upgrade the belt to a Gates green belt. We stayed with the factory size. It is super tight, but we did get this 2.5 pulley and it does not fit on the car. This is the grip tech pulley, and for whatever reason it did not clear, so I'll be returning this. Apparently it did fit, but it's just not clearing the supercharger, so nothing we could do about that. Alright guys, we got everything wrapped up except for the bumper and a couple minor things. I'm going to take the car up, prime it right now, start it, make sure everything's running right, check for oil leaks, of course, and I guess we'll go from there. And here's the start. Yeah, go ahead. Alright guys, it is so hot out here. It's like 105 degrees here. But anyhow, I guess the starter got hot. We primed everything, made sure we got oil pressure because we heard a little bit of a ticking. Now it says crank time exceeded, so we're going to give it a few minutes and try to start it. Alright guys, let's get that first start up. Say a little prayer. Go for it. Alright guys, that was so loud. We're going to leave it run for a little bit, leave the coolant bleed. In the meantime, we're going to get that bumper installed and start finishing up all the minor things. We should be done in about 30 minutes. I'm so happy. We said a prayer that everything would be fine, and it turns out everything was fine. So oil pumps are a success. Now it's time for full sand, baby. Alright guys, we came across one little concern. There's a little bit of smoke coming out of the passenger side by the headers. We're believing that it's just burning off oil and stuff that leaked onto the headers, but besides that, Seems like the car is good to go. We're leaving it run, seeing if all of the oil burns off, or maybe we do have a little bit of a leak coming from the valve covers. Either way, we'll get it figured out and fixed. We got a couple of things to do to the car still. We still got the bumper to put back on, still got the brace to put back on the bottom, still got to bleed the coolant, so that's why the car is running. And at the same time, we're leaving that oil burn off. So I'm gonna let him get to work, and we'll catch you in a little bit. All right, guys, it is all done. The car's no longer smoking. Turns out that it was just oil residue that got on the headers. With that being said, we are absolutely exhausted. I want to give a big shout out to Aladdin Motorsports. He definitely does amazing work. Definitely recommend him. And of course, guys, that's going to conclude today's video. If you enjoyed it, go ahead and smash that thumbs up button. Drop a comment in the comment section below. Let me know what you'd like to see done to the car next. And if you're new to the channel and you haven't subscribed already, please consider doing so. Until next time, we're out.